Complementary and supplementary angles. In this section, you will learn to find the measure of an angle when given its complement or supplement, and use the exterior angle theorem to find the measures of angles. The exterior angle theorem states that the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles. Here are some definitions you need to recall. Two or more angles whose angle measures sum to 90 degrees are complementary. Two or more angles whose angle measures sum to 180 degrees are supplementary. Sometimes it's easier to understand supplementary angles if you have an idea of what a linear pair is. The two angles below form a linear pair. Angle DAB and angle DAC form a linear pair. They are supplementary. Their measures add to 180. Here's the definition of a linear pair. Two angles form a linear pair if they share a common side and a common vertex. In this drawing, the common side is ray AD. The common vertex is A. Additionally, the two non-common sides must be opposite rays. In this drawing, ray AC and ray AB are opposite rays, and they are also the non-common sides of the two angles. Two supplementary angles may be expressed in terms of one variable. If one angle measures x, the other measures 180 degrees minus x. Here are some common occurrences of supplementary angles. In the drawing below, angle 4 is an exterior angle of a triangle, and angle 2 is the interior angle that adjoins us. You will notice that angle 2 and angle 4 are a linear pair, and therefore they are supplementary. In the drawing below, angles x and y are consecutive interior angles that are formed when a transversal cuts two parallel lines. In this case, the measure of angle x plus the measure of angle y will equal 180 degrees. This theorem only applies when the two lines are parallel. In square ABCD, angle x and angle y are complementary because the measure of angle x plus the measure of angle y equals 90 degrees. In the drawing below, the angles labeled x, x, and the other one with an angle measure of 50 add to 180 degrees. Therefore, the measure of angle x plus the measure of angle x plus 50 equals 180. Simplifying gives us 2 times the measure of x plus 50 equals 180. 2 times the measure of x equals 130. Dividing by 2 gives us the measure of x equals 65. Let's talk a little bit more about the exterior angle theorem. Recall that the exterior angle theorem states that an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles. Here is an example of how it can be used to find the measure of an unknown angle. And in this problem says find the angle measure of B. The angle BAD is an exterior angle and its measure is 135 degrees. The two remote interior angles, the angles of the triangle farthest away from the exterior angle, are angle B and angle C. Thus, the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 135. Since the measure of angle C equals 50, we have the measure of angle B plus 50 equals 135. Subtracting 50 from both sides gives the measure of angle B equals 85. Here are some practice problems. Pause the DVD after each problem while you work. When you have finished, come back for the answer. Here's practice problem 1. We're asked to find the measure of angle A. The answer to practice problem 1 is that the measure of angle A equals 60. If you understand that the exterior angle measuring 120 and angle A are supplementary, you can set up and solve the following equation. The measure of angle A plus 120 equals 180. The measure of angle A plus 120 minus 120 equals 180 minus 120. We're just subtracting 120 from both sides. Gives us the measure of angle A equals 60. Practice problem 2 tells us to find the measure of angle B. The measure of angle B equals 90 degrees. Use the exterior angle theorem. The measure of angle B plus 40 equals 130. Subtracting 40 from both sides tells us that the measure of angle B equals 90. Practice problem 3 has 3 parts. For the figure below, find x, find 3x, and find the ratio of the largest to the smallest angle. Here are the answers to practice problem 3. For A, x equals 30. We set up the following equation. X plus 2x plus 3x equals 180. Combining like terms gives us 6x equals 180. Dividing both sides by 6 tells us that x equals 30. And then replacing x with 30 gives us 3 times 30 equals 90. The ratio of the largest angle to the smallest angle is 90 to 30, which reduces to 3 to 1. In practice problem 4, the diagram below shows 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal. What is the measure of angle x plus the measure of angle y? Because we have 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal, we know that consecutive interior angles are supplementary. Therefore, they add to 180 degrees. In practice problem 5, angle DAB is a right angle, while angle DAC measures 3x plus 15, and angle CAB measures 2x minus 5. Find the measure of each angle. The answers are 63 and 27. Since the 2 angles are complementary, they add to 90 degrees. Therefore, the expressions for their measures will add to 90 degrees, and we create the equation 3x plus 15 plus 2x minus 5 equals 90. Simplifying gives 5x plus 10 equals 90. Subtracting 10 from both sides gives 5x equals 80. Dividing both sides by 5 gives x equals 16. Recall that we are not solving for x. We are trying to find angle measures. Hence, we have to substitute back into the original expressions. One angle equals 3x plus 15, which is 3 times 16 plus 15, which equals 63. 2x minus 5 equals 2 times 16 minus 5 equals 27. Notice that 63 and 27 add to 90.